here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
You could read my mind, what a tale my thoughts would tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost in a wishing well. In a castle dark or in a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me. I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If you could read my mind, what a tale my heart would tell. Just like a paperback novel, it's the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part when the heartache comes, the hero would be me. But heroes often fail. You won't read that book again, because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away just like a movie star who gets burned on a three-way script. So enter number 2, a movie queen who plays the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. Oh, but now, love, let's be real. I never thought we'd act this way, and I've got to say, I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back.
Gordon Lightfoot.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and visitlex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at kentuckytourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome, everybody, to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting all over the world, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona, across the Yukon and Canada and Alaska, and we are celebrating this amazing, wonderful world of what we describe as front porch music. It's folk and blues and bluegrass, country, Celtic, old-timey, new singer-songwriters. We celebrate it all on our broadcast. Artists come from everywhere to be on our show. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. That is the case of both of the artists that we're going to be introducing to you on this particular show. Plus, we have an amazing WoodSongs kid, so let's get on with it. She is one of Canada's premier country music artists. She's sold over 12 million albums. She's had 25 country music hits. It's a big honor to have her here. She's going to introduce herself with a song called Guitar Talk. This is a wonderful song. Please welcome the great Michelle Wright from Canada to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
to have a boyfriend who played the blues. And Billy's putting gas in the pickup, combing his hair just right. Money burning holes in his pocket till night. 'Cause it's 9 o'clock, time to rock. Going downtown, gonna hear a little guitar talk. Mama does her time at the factory, and Daddy minds a local store. Ain't nothing much to say about it anymore. But when they get lost in the music, under the dance hall lights, Mama still makes love and Daddy feel alright. 'Cause it's 9 o'clock, it's time to rock. Going downtown, gonna hear a little guitar talk. When the guitar talks and the bassman walks, you hear that groovy music right down to your heart. With the singing strings and the guitar rings, everywhere around the world the message is the same. Get it, Bob Funk? Come on. Thank you. The weatherman sings the weather, the TV man reads the news, but there's nothing like a guitar talking about blue suede shoes. And if your baby leaves you, and if it's been a low down day, listen what a good old 6-string has to say, yeah. 'Cause it's 9 o'clock, it's time to rock. Going downtown, gonna hear a little guitar talk. All around the block, all gonna rock. Going downtown, gonna hear a little guitar talk. Hear a little guitar talk. I hear a little guitar talk. Guitar talk. Take it home now, yeah. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Bob Funk on lead guitar there, folks.
Pride of Canada, Michelle Wright, over 40 major music awards, including the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame. So congratulations on all that. Got your start in a kind of a musical family, right? And so you kind of grew up around guitar players and songwriters and pickers and stuff?
My mom and dad were country music singers and guitar players on a local level, so I watched them go off to play the local legions and the weddings and the dance halls around our town when I was a kid.
And that's kind of how you started cutting your teeth. You were playing in clubs 5-6 nights a week. I mean, you were working. You were not just sitting around waiting to be discovered. You were working.
9 years I played the clubs 6 nights a week, and was lucky enough to sign my record deal with Arista Records in Nashville, Tennessee, with Alan Jackson, Leroy Parnell, and myself were the first 3 artists in 1989 signed to Arista Nashville.
Well,
life-changing.
That's a nice part of your resume, isn't it?
Life-changing.
So it seemed very obvious that doing all that music and stuff, that you would go to college and you'd be studying counseling for the mentally disadvantaged. So how did that segue from music into that interest? I mean, because that's a serious
well, yes, in
field
fact,
to go into.
Absolutely, and I volunteered to working with the mentally challenged, disadvantaged, and fell in love with the young men and women that I was working with and the children I was working with, and recognized that they needed to have people there to help them and take care of them and love them and show them how to throw a ball, or maybe the girls help them put a little bit of lipstick on, and feel like ladies and things like that. So I got to help those individuals, and it was a wonderful experience for me.
Music is a very emotional line of work.
Yes.
It takes a lot of heart and empathy for others, because you're
That's
trying to
right.
read an audience. So, this is a very loving thing for you
It's
to
an
do.
interesting, it kind of has a common thread. Thank you.
We have to also brag on you a little bit. You became the very first Canadian-born artist in the modern era of country music to have a top 10 hit in America. So
Yes.
you were the Canadian invasion in country music.
Well, following in the footsteps of Anne Murray, of course, and then Katie Lang came a little bit after me, and then sort of in the, like you said, in the more modern era of country music, I had that big hit called "Take It Like a Man," and that one changed my life as well.
Well, we're
yes.
going to get to that in the second half hour.
Yes.
Speaking of Anne Murray and artists like Gordon Lightfoot and Bruce Cockburn, and there's so many Canadian artists that have made their way into the American market.
Yes.
Can I call it a market? I don't want to
Yes,
sound crass or
yes.
anything like that. But Canada really protects and caters their artists.
Well, it's a unique sound, no doubt, that we bring to the music world, I think, and some of the artists that you just mentioned. And starting the show with Gordon Lightfoot, it was so lovely for me to hear you do that.
How did you in Canada get signed to a Nashville label? How did that happen? Like you said, Alan Jackson and all these other Leroy Parnell, who's a brilliant blues guitar player,
yes.
right? How did a Canadian artist like yourself end up being signed to Arista Nashville?
I'll tell you what, I'll try to say it as quickly as I can, because it's a rather unique story in that I was playing a club that night, the night before, midnight, the phone rang into the club. I came off the stage. The bar owner said, "Your agent would like you to call," and I called her, and she said, "Hey, there's a noon hour slot that has just opened up on a festival because the noon hour band is canceled. If you want to go and do it, go and do it." So I went and dragged my band 3 hours up the road, got up at 7 a.m. in the morning, which us club days was not so easy always because we're staying up so late playing, So we went to the festival. I was singing my last song of my 1 hour set, and just very randomly, an up-and-coming songwriter by the name of Rick Giles was there to see another artist, and he heard me singing, and he was at the back of the stage, and he said, "That man up there has a very interesting voice." I was singing a song by Exile, "Take Me to the River," and I have a little bit of a low voice for a lot of the gals out there, and he thought, well, that's an interesting voice. And he came around the corner and saw me, little 120-pound girl standing there, and introduced himself to me and said, "I think you have a unique sounding voice." And they put an album together for me called "Do Right By Me," my first record that I released in Canada. And when they heard about Tim Dubois and Clive Davis opening up Arista Nashville, they played that album, and Tim Dubois came to see me in Toronto, and my manager at the time negotiated my record deal at 3 a.m. in the morning in the parking lot outside the bar.
Well,
So,
and you got signed, so that's the point,
signed.
right? You mentioned another Canadian artist that is very much beloved by American audiences, or worldwide actually, Anne Murray.
Yeah.
What a beautiful voice.
And a
And
great
she
career.
had a beautiful song called Snowbird, and you're about to perform your version of that for us. She's from Canada. She's a major award winner in country music. This is the Anne Murray song that you'll know. It's called Snowbird, but it's Michelle Wright on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour.
Beneath the snowy mantle, cold and clean, the unborn grass lies waiting for its coat to turn to green. Snowbird sings a song he always sings, and speaks to me of flowers that will bloom again in spring. I was young, my heart was young then too. Anything that it would tell me, that's the thing that I would do. And now I feel such emptiness within, for the thing that I want most in life's the thing that I can win. So spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever forever is untrue. And if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. That he'll only break my heart again should I decide to stay. So little snowbird, take me with you when you go to that land of gentle breezes where the peaceful waters flow. Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue. And if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Yeah, if I could, you know that I would fly away with you.
Thank you.
From the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame to the Grand Ole Opry to the WoodSongs stage, Michelle Wright, the pride of Canada. If you want to revisit the music of Michelle Wright, just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1111. You get to revisit the music of Michelle Wright, as well as our next artist. We're going from Canada to Kentucky. He comes from a small community called Caneyville. He's got a very prominent album. He's been written up in Rolling Stone magazine, and several other recognized publications are seeing him as sort of a new kind of a Merle Haggard type of an artist, and we say that as a big compliment to him. We don't want to compare any artist to another, but he's really got a wonderful piece of work called Damascus. That's the name of his new album. This is a tune called What Do I Know? Please welcome from Kentucky, Elvie Shane to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I think red lipstick on a woman's lips looks sexy. I think Coke's okay, but a whole lot better with Jack. I think the outlaws, Waylon and Johnny, are gone forever. And I think Jesus, he's coming back. Oh, but what do I know? Yeah, I'm just a hard-working, beer-drinking son of an average Joe. Like to think there ain't nothing that I can't fix with a hammer and a crescent wrench. Oh, but what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? What do I know? I think a six-string steel the best way to tell a story. And that front porch step's the best place for a smoke. I think the moonlight is the best nightlife for lovers. Yeah, and heaven takes the good ones way too young. Oh, I'm just a hard-working, beer-drinking son of an average Joe. Like to think there ain't nothing that I can't fix with a hammer and a crescent wrench. Oh, but what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? I think the grudge is only hurt the ones who hold them. And sometimes we could agree to disagree. And I believe we're gonna reap the seeds we're sowing. So I try to keep my head down and conscience clean. Oh, but what do I know? What do I know? Yeah, I'm just a hard-working, beer-drinking son of an average Joe. Like to think there ain't nothing that I can't fix with a hammer and a crescent wrench. Oh, but what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? What do I know?
That's a lot of sound for three-piece. Elvie Shane on our broadcast. He's got Dave Austin on guitar, Dave Page playing drums behind him. Good job, guys. So, Elvie, we were talking to Michelle earlier. She got her start around her family that were performers and stuff, and you had a similar experience, right? Your parents were musicians.
Yeah, everybody kind of sang in church, you know, and my brother was actually in a bad car accident when he was 13. I think I was 6, and when he came out of the hospital, he couldn't quite sing like he used to be able to, so I took over singing a song of his in church called Victory is Sweet, and that was like my first time ever singing in front of people solo.
So you were sort of like supporting your big brother in your pursuit of the music at the time, then.
I was just trying to steal the limelight, man.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Now, I was referring to an article written about you by Rolling Stone magazine, and essentially what they said that you're a 21st century, a defiant, angry country artist that would do Merle Haggard proud. Now, that's a big compliment. I mean,
I'll take that.
Right?
Pretty cool. I hope that's true.
Well, let's talk about lyrically. I mean, you're in country music, and lyrics have become very pointed these days. You have artists like Tyler Childers and others, right? You yourself, where the poetry and the lyrics, they're trying to say something powerful. It's not just tight jeans and you know,
ball caps.
Ball caps. You're happy to wear one, but that's okay. So you're, you know, when you're writing these songs, when you're writing these lyrics, we're getting into a very powerful song of yours right now called "The Pill." Mm-hmm. So tell me about this song.
Well, I had some struggles in my early 20s and some later on in my mid-20s and early 30s, but kind of been back and forth with it. But one of the things that I regretted most about the time that I spent in my early 20s doing the things I was doing was that I missed out on a lot of stuff that my little brother was going through that I could have been there for him, you know. And I just thought one day if my little brother was able to write me a letter back then, what would it have said? And I came up with the first verse for Pill that way.
With this song. So now you were, for the sake of the audience, and you're very open about this, we're not intruding on you, but we're talking about drug issues, opioid, which is a very big American problem right now. How did you get into that? How were you drawn into that world? How did that happen?
I mean, it's scary to think about, you know, now that I have kids, but I was 13 years old the first time that I ever tried any kind of drugs, and it was pills, and it was on the back of a school bus, you know. So somebody just had something, and I wanted to try it, so I tried it.
You know, it's one of the biggest killer of young people in America, so I want everybody to listen to this song. It's coming from his personal experience. It's a very powerful lyric. It's called "The Pill." It's Elvie Shane on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Boy, you got just enough money for a little white Bic and a pack of Dirty Bird lights. The rest of what Mama sent you went to a 45-minute high. Always running around up and down town, but you never stop by the house rolling up dollars, living on dimes, bouncing from couch to couch, waking up needing, chasing that feeling, the porch lights on, the doors unlocked. You could go on home before it gets too dark, where mama's been worried plumb sick about you. Daddy don't know how to live without you. How long you gonna go on this way, losing you the more you take? Yeah, today they didn't get you, but they might tomorrow. Don't leave us all here with that pill to swallow. Girl, you spend a lot of time in the passenger side of your own red Cavalier, feeling like hell, can't look at yourself anymore in the flip down mirror. Most of your friends done ran off to make something of themselves, but you hung around here, running around with him and turned into somebody else. Orange bottle with the white cat, even though you know that porch light's on, the doors unlocked. You could go on home before it gets too dark, where mama's been worried plumb sick about you. Daddy don't know how to live without you. How long you gonna go on this way, losing you the more you take? Yeah, today they didn't get you, but they might tomorrow. Oh, today they didn't get you, but they might tomorrow. Don't leave us all here with that pill to swallow.
From his album called Damascus, it is a song called The Pill, very powerful piece of work. Elvie Shane is here. We also have one of the most awarded artists in Canadian country music, Michelle Wright, is here. And wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSong Show number 1111, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Michelle Wright, Elvie Shane, and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
This is Steve Earle, and you're exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And thank you very much, Steve Earle. Welcome, everybody. A beautiful audience here at the historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. Crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the magnificent Appalachian Mountains, where so much of this wonderful art, this front porch music is born and goes worldwide. And speaking of worldwide, we're on over 500 radio stations like Dublin City, City FM in Ireland, Front Porch Radio in Columbia, Tennessee, WBCM, the birthplace of country music in Bristol, Virginia, CJHR Valley Heritage Radio Network in Ontario, Canada, with the 11 stations of WVTF across Virginia. So many radio stations broadcasting our show. We want to say hi to all those audiences. We're also on American Forces Radio Network, who puts this show on the radio, 2 different channels in 177 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America gets to hear WoodSongs every single weekend. And as always, we want to say hello to the men and women that are out there tuning in, the fans, the public that gets to tune into those radio stations. We're on public television coast to coast, the RFD television network nationwide. We're also in schools. If you're a teacher or a homeschool parent, you go to the WoodSongs website, click on the classroom page. And because of that, this time every show we invite a youngster from somewhere in America. They get to come on our broadcast. They get to sing one song in front of seasoned touring artists like Elvie Shane, like Michelle Wright. And today we have a 10-year-old young lady. She's going to play her guitar. Let's say hello to Louise Schilling. How you doing, Louise?
I'm doing good.
Okay. So you're 10 years old. How long have you been playing the guitar?
About 2.5 years.
About 2.5 years, and you're a songwriter now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start writing your own songs?
Oh gosh, the first song I wrote was when I was like 5. I wasn't playing guitar, I was just like writing stuff.
And you know what, I think it's a true thing. Just about every kid in the world, before they start talking, they start singing, right?
Yeah.
And is that what happened to you? You just loved music right away?
Yeah.
And so how often do you practice your guitar?
Well, I try to practice every day, or at least every 1 to 2 days, but when I heard I was going to be on WoodSongs, I definitely practice harder than I usually do.
Yeah, well, good. Well, we're excited that you're here. So you're 10 years old, and you're gonna perform a song that you wrote. How long ago did you write this song?
Probably about a year ago.
About a year ago. So 12 months, you're 10 years old, and you're on a worldwide broadcast. So you're doing pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is a song that you wrote. It's called Let Your Love Shine Through. Did I get that right? She's 10 years old, Louise Schilling, this week's WoodSongs Kid.
Just be proud. Don't turn around. Don't let the people who's younger than you tear you down. Just be brave. You don't have to behave. Just give those people a piece of your mind and say, oh, so proud. You'll be okay. Don't stay away. We'll be together for the rest of our lives. It'll be okay. But you don't gotta be so brave to be confident. Just let your love shine through. Come on, just let your love shine through. Don't forget to be you. Don't get too blue. Climb through all them hard things and get to the bright things. Let the sun shine through. But I know things can be hard sometimes, but you just gotta push through all these times. So come on and let your love shine through. Let your love, let your love, let your love, let your love, let your love shine through. Yeah, you got the power. Just be you and let your love shine through. Oh, let your love shine through. Let your love, let your love, let your love, let your love, let your love shine through. Yeah, you got the power, so just be you and let your love shine through.
Let your love shine through. A very good message during a world full of hard times. 10 years old. She's this week's WoodSongs kid, Louise Schilling. We're very proud to say we don't get to do this very often, but she's from our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. So she's a hometown girl. If you have a youngster that you think belongs on our broadcast, we want you to go ahead and contact us. If you're a parent or a guardian of the youngster, go to the WoodSongs website, click on the kids page, and you can contact us from there. We look at every single submission that comes in. We do love our WoodSongs kids. And speaking of kids from small towns and stuff, Michelle Wright is a major Canadian artist. She's got an album called Milestone, and on this album has the remake of that big, huge hit of hers, Take It Like a Man, which she's going to get to in a minute. But this is another song on that album. We're very proud that she's performing it for us. The tune is called Small Town. It is Michelle Wright on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Doesn't seem that long ago I hit the road with my guitar, playing 6 nights a week, paying dues in smoky bars. Sometimes it's still hard to believe how far this road and you have carried me. I'm a little bit of small town, edge of the border, a little big city when I got older. But when the carpet rolls up and the lights go down, I'm still small town, small town. I've been all around the world, even kissed the Stanley Cup. I got to sing at the World Series. Oh, Canada. Some days are long, some days are good, but I'm always happy when you're here with me. 'Cause I'm a little bit of small town, edge of the border, a little big city when I got older. But when the carpet rolls up and the lights go down, I'm still small town, small town. Here we go. Yeah, I'm a little bit of small town, edge of the border, a little big city when I got older. But when the sun comes up and my feet hit the ground, I'm still small town, small town. I'm a little bit of small town, edge of the border, a little big city when I got older. But when the carpet rolls up and the lights go down, I'm still small town, small town. Yeah, I'm a little bit of small town, edge of the border, a little big city when I got older. But when the carpet rolls up and the lights go down, I'm still small town, small town. Thank you.
From her album called Milestone. Great name for an album because it has sort of kind of a representation of these songs that you've done.
Well, the inspiration to make this new record was, in fact, the realization that Take It Like a Man was 30 years old. Wow. And we were like, okay, we must thank God for Spanx, is what I like to say, ladies. We thought for sure we're going to need to celebrate that. So we actually re-recorded Take It Like a Man for the record using the musicians that recorded the song back in 1990.
Same musicians.
Same musicians and same key, and it's no different
It's like
really
a big
than
recording studio reunion.
it was wonderful, and it's exactly the same key and same tempo and all the rest. Just a little fresher sounding with the recording technology as it has changed. And then I wrote a bunch of songs for the record, Small Town being one of them, and recorded some of my friends friends' songs I've been wanting to record for a long time. So the album's called Milestone. I'm very proud of it. Bob Funk, my guitar player, produced it, and I just am such a fan. I'm such a fan of him as a human being and a musician and my producer. He takes good care of me in the studio, and that's really important to have someone you can trust like that.
Okay, so Take It Like a Man was really the first big hit single of yours, especially in the United States.
Yes.
It's released in the month of February, and it took less than a year, kind of propelled you worldwide. That was a fast rocket ship ride for you, wasn't it?
It was very special. Now, it was not easy getting that song on radio initially, but the audience out there would hear it, and they started calling in to the radio stations, and it started to climb the charts, and the folks at radio were like, okay, people do want to hear this song.
Most powerful marketing tool in the world is word of mouth and the audience, right?
And you guys calling in,
you gotta
it makes
love
all
the
the
audience.
difference. Thank you for doing that for me.
All right, so we're going to get to your updated version of this very important song in your career. And a lot of folks, when they hear it, they're going to go, oh, my God, it's her.
Yes, yes.
So let's go ahead and check it out. It's on her brand new album. It's called Milestone. Take It Like a Man, 30 years old. She looks too young for something like that. This is Michelle Wright on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Thing. So much time spent wondering, but what you see is what you get. Well, I keep looking for a friend and a lover, but I find one, he ain't the other. Sometimes I just wanna quit. One wants a maid, one needs his mother, they either want space or they want to smother me, and my poor heart needs somebody who can take it like a man, steady and strong, not a lot of fuss and carrying on, true to a promise I can write in stone. Take it like a man, knows about love, every little thing that a girl dreams of, someone wise enough to understand. If you want this woman's heart, take it like a man. Yeah. I met somebody the other night, started thinking he was Mr. Right, wrong. I might have never known. If a friend hadn't brought it to my attention, he's got a wife, forgot to mention, girl, leave that fool alone. Well, I keep hoping and telling myself somewhere there's one good one left, 'cause my poor heart needs somebody who, here we go now, can take it like a man, steady and strong, not a lot of fuss and carrying on, true to a promise I can write in stone. Take it like a man, knows about love, every little thing that a girl dreams of, someone wise enough to understand. If you want this woman's heart, take it like a man. like a man. Honey, if you want my heart, you gotta take it like a man. Take it like a man. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.
From her brand new album, Milestone, Bob Funk playing acoustic guitar with the great Michelle Wright. She is a Canadian Female Artist of the Year, and we're so proud that she could be part of our broadcast, as well as the next gentleman that is here, a Kentuckian by birth, and he's got a very powerful album called Damascus. This is a tune off that album called Winning Horse. Welcome him back. It's Elvie Shane on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I ain't wanna wait on the start gate. Hold me back and I'ma fight the reins. Head full of stubborn that I just can't shake it. There's something out there I was born to chase. Ain't nobody got a heart like I got. If there's a way, I'm gonna run it down. Fine line between a loser and a long shot, and I'll be betting on me by now. 'Cause I'm a winning horse, I swear. Let me be the one to take you there. Can't say it won't be a wild ride. Got a heart with the restless fire. Born to run, run's what I'll do. But girl, I'm only gonna run with you. So lean in close and hold on tight. Let's take his love to the finish line. Take his love to the finish line. You can put your faith in the heavens above us. Hang your hopes on the highest star, but put your money on this no quit hell-bent boy that they said was never gonna get far. 'Cause I'm a winning horse, I swear. Let me be the one to take you there. Can't say it won't be a wild ride. Got a heart with the restless fire. Born to run, run's what I'll do. Girl, I'm only gonna run with you. So lean in close and hold on tight. Let's take his love to the finish line. 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 When the odds are against me, my head's to the wind. It looks like I can't, then I do it again. How many times do I gotta show you I'm gonna keep going? 'Cause I'm winning horse, I swear. Let me be the one to take you there. Can't say it won't be a wild ride. I got a heart like a restless fire. Born to run, run's what I do. Girl, I'm only gonna run with you. So lean in close and hold on tight. Let's take his love to the finish line.
It's a great album. It's called Damascus. Winning Horse is the song. Elvie Shane, beautiful, beautiful piece. I've got to give props to your band again. Dave Austin playing the guitar, Dave Page on drums behind you. Simple, sweet trio, very tasty. So we're getting into a song off another one of your albums. It's the CD's called Backslider, but this is another powerful lyric that is very biographical to you and to your world, right? It's called My Boy. Tell me the story behind this song. And I want the audience to listen closely, because you can choose your friends, you can't choose your family. And sometimes, in families, things don't always work out between parents, and it takes replacement parents sometimes to step in, right?
Yeah, or just partners sometimes too. There's many different cases, and I would never want to take anything away from a good biological parent that's, just having to split their time with their kids. But in my case, I met a girl who had a 5-year-old little boy, and I didn't have much purpose in my life at the time, and I really felt like that would give me some great purpose in life. And a year later, she let me marry her, and I became a dad, and it's all been cool since then. Well, it's been mostly cool since then. There's been a little struggle there,
Well, but in every life. So now this song here, explain where you're coming from with what you're trying to tell the audience in this song.
I was just trying to capture, that there's no difference in the love. There was an old Garth Brooks song, I could not say his name, Save My Life, off of the Scarecrow record, and it said, love is deeper than water. Love's deeper than water, but wait a minute. Blood's thicker than water, but love is thicker than blood. There you go. So.
But it's true, right?
Yeah.
It's true. And love does take many different forms, and sometimes music translates that emotion, right? The great blues player Willie Dixon said that you get the blues because your baby left you, and you get the blues because she come back home. So that might be kind of like the struggle that you were going through, right?
I love that. That's awesome. But yeah, man, I'm just very blessed to be able to step into somebody's life and for their family to accept me in it, and in many ways. And I think there's many mistakes that can be made, thinking you can ride in on your white horse and fix all the things you see wrong in the beginning. I would advise against that. But
that's called man disease.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Guys think that they can fix everything. Girls want you to just shut up and listen.
Yes, that is true most of the time, isn't it, ladies?
So when you're performing this song to audiences, I mean, in the world of country music, lyrics like this are not expected. And this is very unique to Elvie Shane, to your work.
Well, I appreciate that. Last time I'd heard this story was, I believe, Brad Paisley with He Didn't Have to Be back in like 1999. I felt like the story hadn't been told for a long time, so I was blessed to have the opportunity to tell it again.
Well, he's sitting here. He's got a wonderful band behind him. He's going to play this solo on his guitar. So listen closely. It's from his Backslider CD. The tune is called My Boy. It is Elvie Shane on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
He ain't got my smile, that don't bother me a bit. He's got somebody else's eyes I'm seeing myself in. I'm holding on to every moment, God knows I missed a few. The day we met, I knew I had some catching up to do. He ain't my blood, ain't got my name, but if he did, I'd feel the same. I wasn't there for his first steps, but I ain't missed a ball game yet, and that ain't ever gonna change. I could never walk away. Yeah, he's my son, and that's my choice. He ain't my blood, but he's my boy. It hit me like a train, first time he called me dad. In a 3-stick figure crayon picture with all of us holding hands. His mama said, I understand if it's too soon for this. I didn't let her finish, I took it to the kitchen and I stuck it on the fridge. Yeah. He ain't my blood, ain't got my name, but if he did, I'd feel the same. I wasn't there for his first steps, but I ain't missed a ball game yet, and that ain't ever gonna change. I could never walk away. Yeah, he's my son and that's my choice. He ain't my blood, but he's my boy. And for the girls, she's Saturday morning cartoons. She's aching to sleep in your room. She's bigger than the plans I had. She's making me a better man. She ain't my blood, ain't got my name, but if she did, I'd feel the same. I wasn't there for her first steps, but I ain't missed a ball game yet, and that ain't ever gonna change. I can never walk away. Yeah, she's my baby, my whole world. She ain't my blood, but she's my girl. Yeah, he's my boy.
Elvie Shane, all the way from Kentucky. Wasn't it great having Elvie on our broadcast? From Canada, major country music award winner Michelle Wright. It was so good to have her here. This week's WoodSongs kid, 10-year-old Louise Schilling. You did a good job, Louise. Very, very good. We're very proud of you. There's so much going on in the world. A lot of it is very stress-filled, and it makes you worried, and families are breaking up, and nations are threatening war, and the economy is teetering, and this party doesn't like the other party, and politics is crazy. And once upon a time in America, World War I was happening. It was one of the biggest bloodbaths that would happen in world history. And there was a music publisher in Hollywood that was looking at all the situation with the politics and influenza going worldwide, and all this stuff was going on. And he was looking what works between people, what makes people calm down, what makes them listen. And he wrote this. He said, "I have found that a few chords on an instrument does more good in this world than the combined efforts of every politician that ever lived." That's the power of music. That's the power of the front porch. That's the power that you have as artists. 3 chords and the truth. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer, and we'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1111. Michael's opening song was the unreleased If You Could Read My Mind. Our chief engineer is Jerome Gall. Our TV director is Maria Claridge. Technical assistants are Brian Clausey, Eric Anderson, Dan Field, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Eric Anderson, and our WoodSongs partner of the week is William Boyd. Our show is produced with the support of Martin Guitars, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, the Clarion Hotel, Nate's Coffee, and Travel Host Magazine. WoodSongs and WoodSongs are registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com and KentuckyTourism.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The Encore section is next. You can support our massive online archive of shows by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Thank you, Dorothy. Give her a big hand. She's here every single week. We're very grateful to you. Give yourselves a big hand. Thank you. What a great audience. Didn't they do great? Yeah. All right, we're going to get straight into the encores, and we're very excited to do that. We're going to start with Michelle, and then we'll go to our young WoodSongs kid, Louise, and then we'll end with Elvie, okay? So what do you want to sing for everybody?
Well, after I released Take It Like a Man, we followed Take It Like a Man with this next song. It's called He Would Be 16, and it's very, very special. It's a song that I didn't necessarily want to record, but I brought it out live to the audiences. And immediately at my autograph table afterwards, I'm going to get emotional just even talking about it. People would come and share a little bit of their story about this song and how it related to something that happened in their own life. So it's just very, very special, and I don't know if you've heard it or not, but I decided I would do this one tonight. She gets in her car, October Friday night, home from work down 31 past Franklin High. She can see the stadium lights, she can hear the band, 1,000 crazy high school kids screaming in the stands. Quarterback and homecoming queen, love too young to know what it means. She goes back in time, oh, in her mind, it's like a dream. He would be 16, the son she never knew. It hurts so much to give him up, but what else could she do? He would be 16. A child should have a home. She knows her folks were right. She never heard the couple's name, just that they were nice. She wonders if he's taller than his father was. Does he drive a car by now? Has he been in love? She shakes back to reality. She knows things turn out the way they should be, but she just can't help but ask herself, does he know about me? He would be 16, the son she never knew. It hurts so much to give him up, but what else could she do? He would be 16. She never even got to hold him on nights like this. It hurts to miss the son she's never seen. He would be 16. He would be 16. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. After My Boy and then that song, I'm verklempt. I'm totally verklempt. For lots of good reasons. Okay, so we're going to go over to our WoodSongs kid, 10 years old. Very proud of you for 10 years old. That's exciting, isn't it, to do stuff like this, right?
Yes.
What are you going to sing for everybody on the Encore?
This one is actually the first song I ever wrote.
Oh.
It's called Let It Shine. Let it shine, explore the room, let it shine, cause people let it shine, have a better life in mind. Let it shine, explore the room, let it shine, cause people let it shine, have a better life in mind. I like to let it shine, cause if you just let it shine all day long, you will have a brighter day. I like to let it shine, hoo-hoo, all day long. It makes your day a whole lot brighter. It makes your step a whole lot lighter. Let it shine, explore the room, let it shine, cause people let it shine, have a better life in mind. Let it shine, explore the room, let it shine, cause people let it shine, have a better life in mind. Cause when you let it shine, it makes people all around you smile. I know we all can do it just so simply. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, and let it shine. Cause when you let it shine, it makes people all around you smile. Let it shine, explore the room, let it shine, cause people let it shine, have a better life in mind. Let it shine, explore the room, let it shine, cause people let it shine, have a better life in mind. In mind, in mind, in mind, in mind, in mind.
Thank you, Louise. 10 years old, this week's WoodSongs kid. A couple of fun things going on. The Troubadour Concert Series marches on, and it's going to include Marty Stewart. Will be the final Troubadour concert here at the Lyric Theater for a while. We love the Lyric Theater. Troubadour is moving to the Kentucky Theater for the next 6 years as part of Lexington's 250th celebration. That's sort of a special arrangement. And Marty Stewart, May 11th, he's sold out. There's no tickets left for that. Emmylou Harris, I think, has like 10 tickets left for May 23rd. So if you want to see the legendary Emmylou Harris, I would get on that. Tickets are pricey, but it's Emmylou Harris. Lucinda Williams is coming. Sam Bush is coming. Joan Osborne is coming. There's so many artists. If you want to keep up to date on the Troubadour Concert Series as well as WoodSongs, just go to the WoodSongs website and click on the newsletter. Sign up for the email newsletter. We don't share your address, we don't trade it, we don't sell it. It's just only for WoodSongs and the Troubadour Concert Series, and we certainly hope everybody would consider becoming a WoodSongs partner, because that keeps our show going. You are, the audience is really the sponsors of WoodSongs, and we appreciate that, especially all the volunteers. Please give them a round of applause. Again, they work very hard. Speaking of volunteers that work very hard, we're sort of celebrating a little bit our good friend Eric Anderson, who's sitting over here. This is his 1,000th WoodSongs broadcast.
Thank you. I want to start out by thanking the audience. I'll thank you guys, even though I want to thank every musician that's ever been here. I have a little list of people I'd like to thank. No, not really. That was for him. That was for him. But I do want to mention a few that have passed. Judge Ray Corns, Glenn, Dwayne, Casey, Bob, Roy, Larry, and of course Kevin Johnson. And if I'm missing anybody, I apologize for that. But 11/11's always been special to me because my birthday is 11/11. And when I was asked to be a volunteer 1,000 shows ago at 112, I didn't think I'd be here forever. I didn't think I'd anything. But if anybody asks any of you to be a volunteer and you're not doing nothing, I suggest doing it. I've gotten to do shots with John Kay from Steppenwolf. I've felt the power in Taj Mahal's hands. I felt the love in Mavis Staples' hands. It's a blessing for anybody to be here, and I'm not celebrating my thousands. I appreciate the thousands that I've been in. So thank you all. And this man here I've worked with, and that's part of the whole, came into WoodSongs and created a whole nother thing for me to do, and we've worked production before together, and to watch people go from that, or anything, or a little girl, to a star. Anything is possible, and that's what I love about doing this. So thank you all.
Good to see you, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric, and again, thank you to all the crew members and volunteers that make WoodSongs happen. And Elvie, what do you want to sing for everybody?
Well, I got to keep my promise to the big man. I said I'd play a hymn at every show I played like a year ago or so. So this one is special to me because I was singing. We were playing a bunch of hymns that I learned growing up singing in church, but they all just seemed a little too perfect for a man like me and many people like I know. And I just was sitting around wondering one day if heaven is still for good old boys and good old girls like me that mess up a whole lot. Well, I've heard good old boys like me can fall down on their knees, claim that they believe, and set their spirits free. And I'd like to run them streets of gold in that paradise that I've been told will never grow a day more old. I gotta know before I go, does heaven have a creek where I can swim in my old blue jeans? Can they wash the sins off me? It's added up since that revival. And do they drink in glory land, sing and sway with the angel band? Is that wine as fine and dandy as I've read in the Bible? Scriptures come up short. Tell me how beautiful is Jordan Shore? Is my granny waiting over yonder? Is it everything they say? I wonder, does heaven have a creek where I can swim in my old blue jeans? Can they wash the sins off me? It's added up since that revival. And do they drink in glory land, sing and sway with the angel band? Is that wine as fine and dandy as I've read in the Bible? You do, 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 do. You do, 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 do. You do, 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 do. My old blue jeans, can they wash the sins off me? And set it up since that revival. And do they drink in glory land, sing and sway with the angel band, walk with Jesus hand in hand? Is that wine as fine and deadly as I've read in the Bible? You could make me a disciple if all that's true and there's room for me. Then brother, I guess I can they wash the sins off us that set it up since that revival? Thank y'all. Love you, Kentucky. God bless.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber